Hey guys, it's Josh again. I've got a new video about a new dirt bike that I just got in called the Trailmaster TM38. This is a 300cc engine on a full-size dirt bike, and this thing is tall. This is made for big boys, guys that knows how to ride, women that know how to ride. It's got the only true 300cc Chinese engine on the market. I know you're saying, oh, SSR, GPX, whatever, EGL, whatever. No, them are 278cc engines. Them aren't true 300s. This one has an 84mm bore kit where the others have either a 77 or an 82. This one's an 84, making it the only true 298cc engine on the market made in China. It's a high quality bike, I will say that. I've got a Hawk DLX, I have a Canyon 250, I have an X-Motos 125, I have a Honda, I have a Suzuki, I have a Can-Am, I've had a Kawasaki Ninja. I don't have that bike anymore, but I do have all the other ones currently. And this is on par with my Honda, this is on par with the Suzuki, this is on par with the Can-Am. Out of the Chinese stuff, this is the absolute highest quality bike that I have seen. What this is it's a clone of a 2009 KTM 350. So what it is, the frame is an identical copy. The plastics, the graphics, all of that would interchange from a 2009 KTM 350 to this bike. It is liquid cooled, and I'll show you the radiators. It's got dual radiators. Very sharp bike, very sharp bike. I got the orange because they come in green, red, and orange. On some of the factory KTMs, the frames are orange. So if you swap over those fairings, nobody will ever know. Nobody would ever know if you had a KTM graphics kit on it. Okay, so they do have a plastic cover in front, so you can't really see them, but they do have radiators on each side. And here's your fill thing. And with that, what you want to do when you first get it, it does include some Chinese antifreeze, and I'll show you that in a few minutes. But you want to go ahead and fill this to the top, close it up, ride it, let it warm up, top it off again, ride it, warm it up, top it off again, and keep doing that until you absolutely cannot add any more to that. It's got a headlight, and here's your ignition switch. Flip that on all the way, and that's what turns on your headlight. So you go all the way as headlight with ignition. That's just ignition by itself, and then off. I did add a KTM handlebar here because I do plan on adding the KTM fairings later. I added factory KTM handguards because I did not like the factory orange ones that come on it. They were just a little bit like kind of bicycle-ish to me. But I mean, you may like them. They're just plain solid orange ones. They'll be good in the backup. Of course, they'll go in a parts bag if I go trail riding or anything, just in case one of them gets ripped off. But I do like the KTM ones better. They were about $22 on Amazon. They come with breakaway levers, but the only issue is they're red. There's not a single other thing on this bike red. And I did notice whether you buy the green one, the orange one, the red one, they all come with this red colored handle, which I have seen KTM levers that are the same thing, so I do plan on ordering an orange one of those. But it is breakaway, and then you order another one, and then you put that in the parts bag in case the one you order breaks, and you're on the trail, and bam, you got you a lever right there. So I'm not throwing off on that. It's just not the right color for me. All right. Here's a close-up of the engine. Like I said, it's an NC250 with an 84cc bore kit. Makes it the only true 300cc. It does have a PWK 34 carburetor made by Zumav. Zumav is actually a name brand company in Asia. In Asia, I know Hondas, Kawasaki's, and stuff like that are really popular here in America, but they're not the only name brand company in other parts of the world, just here in America. Okay? So Zumav, it does make name brand bikes over in overseas. That's just, you go buy those and they're just as good as any of the rest ones. And I'll show you where it says that right there on the carburetor if you can see it. Zumav. Alright, if you look them up, you know, you can find all kinds of stuff, and it does come with that blue carburetor boot. Now, I've got an orange one ordered, and I've got an orange intake manifold thing coming. Like I said, you can get on AliExpress, order engine dress-up kits, order all kinds of stuff for that engine. I did put an upgraded Irradium spark plug in it. And some of you's probably wondering, well, why does the fairings look funny? Well, that's a white cover that comes on top of it, on top of your decals, to make sure they don't get scratched in shipping or during assembly, which you can see I've already removed the rear end of it. And there's your exhaust. Sounds really, really good. Your rear brake caliper does come with a plastic guard there. This one's plastic. You're kind of weird they make those out of plastic, but those are plastic. Let's see. The linkage here was not, when I got it out of the crate, because I had this shipped directly to my door. I did have to put this linkage together and all those bolts, which they do have bearings inside of them. The bearings do, all bearings do come pre-greased. So you don't necessarily have to, but I did add extra grease, name brand grease, just so I'd know what was in it and that there was extra in it. Engine oil side. You have KKE suspension front and rear on it, so I know like Henner Motorsports works on KKE suspension, so it already seems good to me and my body weight. But if you're looking for something different or an upgrade, Joe Henner Motorsports does directly work on them. You ship them to him. He is the expert in KKE suspension. He can soup you. He'll ask you a few questions. You tell him what's up, and he will make your suspension the way you want it to be. Which you know, I don't know Joe personally. I have dealt with him. I've bought parts off of him for my Hawk 250, which you see two of them in the background over there. That's a great bike as well. I've never did a review on it, but I should. Okay, there's your number plate. All of that. It does come with this as a handlebar guard, so it goes right there. But you can kind of see the difference. I like the KTM one just slightly better. I mean, nothing wrong, nothing against that one. It comes with a jet kit for the carburetor, and it comes with a bunch of jets. Alright, and it comes with this to kind of wire tie your cables and cords up. These are the bolts, fork guard bolts. Like I said, there was 2 fork guard bolts missing from the factory. Went to Lowe's, or I'm sorry, Tractor Supply, matched it up, and put lock washers underneath it and all that good stuff so they don't come back out. But I'm going to save them parts bag, the old spark plug parts bag, the hand grips going into parts. You know, I like to go on, at least in my truck needs to be, if not on my back, in my truck needs to be everything I need to replace that may break. The rear tires they look just as good as the Kendas that I bought for my Hawk. I mean, them, you won't need to upgrade these. You really won't. These are good enough for what you'll be doing. The chain on it does come loose. Hold on. Well, it's kind of on a hill right now, but it does come loose. So you will want to tighten that up a little bit. And I'll try and show you where the body on this says it's a 2009 KTM 350, and I'll try to show you. Let me see if I can find it. Right there. Let's see. Right there. KTM 350 2009. Alright. Show you anything else back through there. It's got cool decals on it, but I would rather it say KTM. I mean, if this is truly a KTM frame and those things work, I'd rather it say KTM on it. And if somebody don't know the difference, then, you know, that's their problem. I ordered this. It got shipped to me in about 6 days from motobuys.com. I used their Affirm program. I got it approved where I pay, it's $232 or $234 a month for 18 months. I wanted to do that to help build my credit score, which I'm not sure if Affirm actually does that or not. I was under the assumption that it does, but I'm not actually sure. So we may do an Affirm review later on. Now, I'm still working on this, tightening it up. It comes with the battery in it, of course, because it's got a headlight and electric start. I did charge that up last night. A cheap like battery tender style charger that I got at Harbor Freight wouldn't charge the battery. It was acting like it wasn't even on it. So I got an actual battery charger, not just one of those trickle chargers, and put on it, charged it up, and it was good to go. Don't know if it was an issue with the battery or the charger or what it is, but either way it works. So I can't complain. The seat is pretty nice. You take it off underneath. Down here, there's one bolt. You'll take the bolt, it's about right here. Take it out, and this will slide back, pull up, and it comes right off. We're going to try and upgrade the gas tank lid. That's kind of a different style than what I'm used to on some of my other Chinese dirt bikes, but I'll try to find that. And I'd rather have a little vent here than a long tube. That way I know if it's too hot. Those really, if it's not a full tank of gas and you got fuel coming out of there, then you know something's heating up and you might want to stop and look. So I kind of like being able to see if gas is foaming out of the end of it, not just dropping through my handlebars like you do on some of the other ones. I mean, and I know there's benefits to the other stuff, to this style, but I just like a short one with a vent on top of it. That's just kind of my thing. Yeah, this thing's looking, it looks sharp for what it is. All right, I'm sure you guys want to hear it. I'll get it crunk up and running for you. So we got on, and then with the headlight. This is going to be your start button here. It's going to be your stop button right here. I think it is. It doesn't have a neutral safety switch, I don't think. I think if you tried to start it in any gear without the clutch in, it's going to lurch forward. It's going to try and start it. You know, some of them will have like an electric stop right here, and there'll be two wires coming out of it. And if you unplug those, it'll try and start in any gear. Like if you're in, you know, the bike cuts off in third gear, well, it'll let you try and crank it and then lurch the bike forward because it's in gear. This one don't have that switch that stops that from happening. If you clutch in or it's not in neutral, you know, those styles would stop you and it just wouldn't work. But this one will let you. So I'm just going to go ahead and, let's see, I'm going to pull the clutch in, and then I'm going to hit the start button. And it fired right up. This is it's only, I crunk it, let it warm up, cool down, drove it one lap around the yard, brought it back, and you see it fired right up. Now I did see earlier I was revving it up a little bit, and there was some flames shooting out the back, so I know it's not jetted right. We'll shut it back off. Yeah, so I know it's not jetted right. It will have to be rejetted, but that's not a big issue. I think it's pretty close to what it is. But like I said, I revved it up, and it just kind of shot some sparks out of the back of it back here. Shot a little bit out of it, and I just, you know, I'll have to figure that out. It's been years since I tuned the carburetor, so I'll have to do some research or buy a Nibby carb. This is supposed to be a high-performance racing carburetor is what it's listed as on all the websites, but it looks very similar to just any old regular PWK carb, but, you know, I really don't know. I really don't know. With it saying Zumav on it, I know it's a higher quality one than what's something you're going to buy on Amazon. I just know that. Alright, so I tightened all the bolts, put Loctite on everything, on this side and that side. I've still got to do the rear. I've still got to do all these back here, but I've already, the front's been completely done, Loctite on every one of them nuts and bolts. But I've still got to go from about here backwards. So all these backwards has got to be Loctited. And there's, I'm sure, and I took dielectric grease, I put in all my connections, got that. Here's, don't forget this wiring harness under here. You think there's only just some up here and back here and in the front, but no, you got a whole wire thing right here. Go ahead and take what you can of that apart, put dielectric grease in it, put it back together, wire tie it back up, you're good. Underneath the seat here is where the battery is. That's where your starting solenoid is, and your CDI is in here. You can put a high-performance CDI. I have one ordered. If you don't want to wait, you can get in touch with Joe Henner Motorsports. I think he sells them. But I ordered mine on AliExpress. AliExpress has two versions. You've got just a normal 8-pin that gives you unlimited revs. The bike will go as fast as it needs to go, or you want it to go. And then there's another version that's actually mappable. You can change some of the curve settings in it, and I'm not exactly sure how you do that, but I know if you talk with Joe Henner, he could probably tell you, or if you post in some of the forums of guys that are doing that with other bikes. I know they're doing that with the SSRs and the GPXs, so some of those guys may already have experience, but I would say, if you're not racing the damn thing, then don't worry about it. You know, why would you sit there and change these curves and stuff if you can just put one box on there and it control everything, and it worked way better than factory anyway. So that's kind of my outlook on it. And like I said, I did order one. The one I ordered, I ended up ordering it from AliExpress, but I seen you can order them through Amazon. But if you order through Amazon, it is still being shipped from China. So you might as well, you can do it through Amazon just to kind of have that guarantee, or you can just order through AliExpress. Either way, man, I got all kinds of engine cover kits and all that stuff for it. They make other color guards down here for it. That chain guard down there you can get in different colors. The brake disc caliper covers you can get in different colors. You can actually get metal ones instead of plastic ones. The front don't come with one, but I have found a couple of different styles that I think may work. So I'll get you guys, keep you informed, and if you got any questions, write them in the comments, and we'll get back to you. Thank you.